Well, now there is a fresh controversy which is brewing around an Election Commission of India document called the Form 17C. We have been hearing for the last 2 weeks that opposition leaders are demanding that the Election Commission of India release the data which is contained in Form 17C. And now we are here to tell you what exactly this Form 17C is and what is the controversy around it. Now, Form 17C is basically a form like any other form which is given to a polling party by the returning officer to record the data of the voters who have come to a particular polling station and cast their votes. Now, it is the duty of the polling party. What happens is, let me give you a bigger picture, that every polling station will have multiple polling booths, and every polling booth will have a polling party. Now, when people come and vote at the booth, it is the duty of the polling party to record the details, which include the Aadhaar number, which also include the voter ID, the name, the signature of the voter who has come and cast his or her vote. Form 17C also records details of voters who came to the polling booth but did not cast their votes. So overall, if you look at this closely, what transpires is that Form 17C is a document maintained at booth level to record the number of voter turnout. Now, what happens is that at the conclusion of polling at every polling booth, this Form 17C is folded, kept in an envelope, and sent to the returning officer. After the returning officer receives this Form 17C, he keeps the Form 17C along with the EVM and puts it into the strong room. And now, only on the date of counting does this EVM and Form 17C come out of the strong room, and the Form 17C data and the EVM data is correlated. So, what is the problem in disclosing this data? What really has happened in the last 2 or 3 weeks is that what we have witnessed in this general elections is that it is spread over 7 phases. At the conclusion of every phase, the Election Commission of India discloses the voter turnout. But in this particular election, what happened was that after the conclusion of the first and the second phase of elections, the Election Commission of India released a tentative data. And subsequently, after a few days, released a final data. And the political parties, when they latched on to these two data released by Election Commission of India, they found that there was a variance of 5 to 6% in the data, in the initial voter turnout data and the final voter turnout data. And they raised doubts about the fairness and integrity of the poll body. Now, this matter has come to the Supreme Court. A petition has been filed by an NGO Association for Democratic Reforms. What they are saying is that at the conclusion of every phase of election, the Election Commission of India should be mandated that the data which it records in Form 17C with respect to voter turnout should be published on the Election Commission of India's website within 48 hours. But the Election Commission of India is opposed to any such directions coming from the Supreme Court of India. It says that, look, the process is underway And at this stage, if the Election Commission of India is asked to make this kind of an arrangement, it will result into a lot of work and more manpower will be limited. Now, to give you an idea of how huge this work will be, that for the 543 parliamentary seats for which elections are going on, there are 10 lakh or more than 10 lakh polling booths that have been set up. Now, to collect data from each polling booth and uploading it on the Election Commission of India's website would be a humongous task. So, at the moment, what the Supreme Court has done is that they have said that we'll generally keep a hands-off attitude when it comes to passing any direction to the Election Commission of India when the elections are underway, and that is exactly what they have done today. They are saying that we are not inclined to pass any directions to the poll body for any uploading of this 17C data. बहुत ज़्यादा लंबा हो गया.